Hey guys, can you see me? Can you hear me? And also, can you hear the piano sound? Please respond in chat when you can. I think I'm live. Just seeing whether this is working properly. Can you hear me? Can you hear the piano sound? And can you see? Yeah, you can see me. Okay. I'm gonna share this stream on Twitter. Just give me a second, and then we can get started. How is everybody doing, by the way? How's your day going? Just 1 second. I'm in Discord. 1 second. So how's everybody doing, guys? How are you guys holding up? One second, just gonna fix something quickly. Okay. Hi, DGB. Hey, Trace. Thanks. Okay. Godzilla. Hey, what's up, Godzilla? So I'm gonna be streaming for a little bit. I'm gonna be composing some orchestral cinematic stuff, I think, and I want to make this kind of make this more or less like once in a week, maybe, kind of a thing. If this goes well, I guess, and yeah. So I'm gonna make this stream unlisted on YouTube, and you will be able to see it on my Patreon if you want to like study or analyze how I write my music. So you can go for that. I'm just gonna start writing something. Once again, can you guys hear the piano? The piano I'm playing right now. Just gonna play something randomly. Just let me know in the chat, can you hear the sound? Okay, I'm gonna make something simple today. I think I'm gonna write something in 2 steps on hell, from hell kind of style. So I'm gonna make a big arrangement, sort of an arrangement like orchestration, I guess. And I'm gonna try to develop my theme from there. So I'm gonna start with the chord progression. And to make things simple, I'm just gonna use one of the common ones. So I'll start with A minor, I think. I'll actually have A minor. Let's make it A minor suspended 2, like A suspended 2, more like a little bit more kind of edgy quality. And I'll go to, where I'll go to F, because I really like the sound of this, like going from this chord to this one is very uplifting, so I don't want to change that. In a sense, I'm going to keep the F chord the same, but I'm going to make A minor chord suspended. So I'm going for this sound and then going to this instead of this to this, if that makes sense. Hey Max, hey Lucia. Yeah, so if you want to guys ask me anything, just go for it. But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna keep things in A minor, mainly because I can't play piano well. But you know, the thing is, like, I usually write in A minor or in C, and then I'll transpose it when I'm done with the recording, you know, and see how it feels, kind of a thing, you know. So yeah, A suspended 2, then going to F, then we'll go on G, and then to C, I think. No. So the whole progression goes like this. I'll make up some sort of interesting rhythm, so it doesn't sound so plain. Oh, that sounds shit. Kind of something like that, I don't know. Let's figure out the tempo. I usually tap. Actually, let's make it more fast. That's too fast. Something like that. I messaged you about epic orchestral cover of the DBS Final Death Match and an epic cinematic Broly. I think you should work on them. I don't remember you messaging me. Was it on Facebook? But or maybe I do. I'm not gonna make covers anymore. I think I'm past that. I feel like I'm gonna stick to making original stuff, and even though it was it helped me kind of, you know, at the starting point, Vegeta cover really blew off and really helped me to get many, you know, subscribers and views and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just feel like this is not really the musician I want to represent. I don't want to be a cover artist. I want to be an original artist. So I think I'm done with covers, for now at least. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to... You know, the other thing is that when you're focusing on covers, it's like an easy option. It's way harder to write something decent yourself. So I'm trying to put myself in a position where I can really become the best that I can, you know. So yeah, I hope you can respect my decision, and you know. Hey, I love your music. Hey Richard, thanks man. By the way, I'm having some tea. If you're having tea or any other drink, cheers. But yeah, as I said, I'm going for that really. Let me get back to tempo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with A minor with this rhythm. Listen. And going that I'm going for an A suspended 2 chord. So what this means is just taking the third of a note, which is C to B, and making it suspended and kind of increasing the suspension a little bit. So it's gonna sound like this. Oh, sorry, wrong chord. And then going to F, you know, kind of a thing. So it would sound in with bass notes. Kind of like tuk tuk tuk. What I want is I want that, you know, that 2 steps from hell, like chuk, 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 kind of like tu 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 tu, kind of 2T orchestral. How do you say, pulsing staccato string section kind of a thing. I love T. I love T too, Lucia. Richard says my favorite song of yours is Monsters. I really appreciate that, man. I think Monsters is probably my most underrated song because I just like if I would have to name a few of my own personal favorites, Monsters is gonna be definitely at one of the top. At top, like I think from my personal perspective, like Monsters, Eternity, and how's the song called? Afterlife. Yeah, these 3 are like, even though like I like right now I look back and I feel like I made so many mistakes because you like, as you keep composing, you keep growing and you keep reinventing, you know, your sound and your orchestrations and stuff like that. So yeah, looking back, I just really feel like like I did my best at the time, and I know I did, and I'm kind of proud of these songs, kind of thing. So thank you, Matt. My favorite song is "Circle of Life." Thanks, man. That one as well is one of my favorites, and there's a funny story there with the "Circle of Life." I was actually I was supposed to collaborate with one of the YouTubers, and this was I think more than a year ago, like 1.5 years ago. So I was into YouTube game like a little over a year, I think, and I had like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers at that time, and I was not getting any money or anything like that. So I was really like looking for ways where I could, you know, okay, how could I collaborate with other people to get more exposure. And I think one of the YouTubers reached out to me and said you can compose this song for free. And back then I used to compose for free, so I did this song, and this guy completely left. Like this guy like vanished, and I put so much work. Like I put 1 or 2 days of work, and what I mean work, when I'm saying like 1 or 2 days of composing is just waking up, composing all day till you go to bed, and another day. So it's just like 2 12-hour hardcore composing sessions, and yeah, and this guy just vanished. So somehow this another small YouTuber, well, not small, he like 10 or 15,000 subscribers, uh, said, do you want to collaborate? And this was in the process of me writing the song and the other guy leaving. And at first I said no, because I had this mentality like, okay, fuck off, you know, I'm done doing stuff for free. It's so frustrating when you work so hard, you know, and people don't appreciate your work. So I said I wanted to say fuck off, but I didn't. I just said no. But then like, I think I went for a walk. I was really frustrated, and I was like, you know, I should be more than just, you know, this. I can like, how can I use this opportunity to and I said, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do it for free because this is one of the musician I wanna like the artist I wanna become and I want to represent it. It's not all about money or fame or views or anything like that. It's just, and that really got into my head, and I went back to the song and I completely changed everything, and I rewrote the song like in 1 hour, and I made it super simple, and I think also like one of those really proud songs that, you know, I worked for so hard to make this kind of song A, and then after this whole situation, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna demolish everything I had and make it different, and I simplified everything, and it made also, I think one of my better ones. So yeah. Let's just let me go through some comments, and I'm gonna go get back to composing. I'm a singer. Hey Marjan. Hey bro, please be best beats making. What? Nepal. Okay. Um, yeah. So I think there's not any questions or anything like that. So yeah, just feel free to write anything you want in the chat. I'll get to you sooner or later anyway. So I'm just gonna get back to composing. So we had this little idea. Something like that. I'm gonna show it on the MIDI. I'm gonna record, I think. That's automation. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Something like that. So you can see this is a minor chord. I'm gonna put a root note just so it's clear. Then going to F. Pretty standard chord progression. I'm gonna make this louder so you can guys hear it better. This sounds so weird. What? Sounds very weird. Anyway. Okay, I messed up quite a bit here, but anyway. I messed up here somewhere. Messed up here. By the way, guys, tell in the chat where you guys from, where you guys seeing this from. What's the time in your place? Like for me here, it's 10 o'clock in the evening, 10 p.m. Marjan, hey man, please don't spam. Please don't spam stuff like subscribe to my channel, you know, or this and that. I don't think anyone buys that. If you want to if you want to do something with YouTube, like spamming will never work. Just try to provide the value, and people will find you, and you know. Anyway, Canada, J Studios. Hey man, hey, hello. Anyway, I'll get back into the theme. So I have at the end this I'm thinking what I have this chord. Oops. then it goes either, I'm thinking either to go D, I could go D, or I could go G. Like, in context, it would be, and then, sorry, G, let's just try different versions, and we'll see which one sounds best. No, it doesn't sound right. So yeah, so this is pretty much 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is correct. I'm just gonna try it out. Martinez, I subscribed to your channel and you worked in epic emotional cinematic music with Power Within last month. Thanks, man. Thank you. I think you sound very good so far. Thanks, Lucia. It's pretty basic. It's just chord progression. I am not right now. I have this idea of orchestrating a chord progression to make it sound good on its own, and then we're gonna add melodies and stuff like that and this is not the only way to write music. I mean, I often start with the melody and then I build chords after, but I feel like right now I'm really working on my orchestration skills and getting a bigger, huger sound, so yeah, this sounds about right. I'm gonna use spiccato strings from East West. This is from Composer Cloud. I'm gonna go for these ones. I like these ones. I'm just gonna add quite a few. Then we can move on from there. Spiccato. Some violas. Violas are awesome. I really like viola, by the way. So I think it's such an underrated instrument. So it has such a unique sound. Actually, let's make a melody out of viola in this song later on. I'm gonna try to make a melody out of viola. I like this instrument. Oops. Yeah. Staccato and spiccato. I think staccatos are a bit harsher and more like an accent, and spiccato is a bit lighter, more like 16 notes kind of a thing. Please one hip hop rap instrumental making, please. I don't really make hip hop, man. Sorry. Okay, let's record. What? Why is it legato? Ah, I made it. Okay, now double bass is short. Ah, it doesn't even have. Sorry, just talking to myself. I was. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay. This is basically what I'm going for. Let's just record. Oops. Yep, more or less. Just fixing this. Oops. I'm gonna copy paste it. We'll just make it a section of this kind of so I'm going to double it on double bases here. What kind of tea? I'm having black tea, Earl Grey's black tea with a little bit of almond milk. I usually drink black or green tea. I just bought a pack of Earl's Grey just because I used to live in the UK and I kind of miss sometimes, British tea. So that's what I'm drinking, more or less British tea. You're a wonderful friend and creator of greeting to you from Syria. Hey man, good to see you. Godzilla says, want an epic orchestral rap? Maybe one day. I don't know. I don't feel really think I want to go that direction. But I really. But on the other hand, there are some rap songs. Like stuff like from Eminem. Some of the songs, like with that song "Stan." I really like that song, and I really like Macklemore's remix on "Other Side." Those two instances I can think of right now, of kind of. But these songs are not really rap. Like they are rap, but what I mean is, they have really melodic, not casually seen in rap kind of thing. And even Eminem, I would say, his rap is very melodic. That's why it sounds so great. So I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna do like rap, but maybe like I will have some similarities in some sense, if that makes sense. So like Red Hot Chili Peppers music is rock kind of, but it has some kind of funk and rap in it, like the way Anthony Kiedis sings. It has some rap. So I already like a lot of my songs have that influences, but I don't think I'm ever gonna go like really hardcore rap. We'll see. Who is the greatest musician you love? Oh, that's a big question. Uh, I don't know. Like, I really decide. Like, I have moments where I feel this musician is very great. Like, from the composer's standpoint, I like John Williams, of course, Howard Shore. I think are amazing composers. Hans Zimmer, Stevie Oblonsky, um, and there's many more. I like there's a huge list of great composers. Javadi, he the composer from Game of Thrones right now. I think he wrote really great uh, music for Game of Thrones the last season. Even though I don't really like the last season, I don't really like, but I love the cinematics and the music, and I think that was really great. I'm 24. I'm gonna be turning 25 in 2 months. So yeah. Okay, let me keep going because I'm never gonna finish. I'm gonna copy paste this. Usually don't do that. Copy pasting is not the way to go, but I'm just gonna do it right now for the purpose of writing this quicker. This sounds off. Oops. And I'm gonna delete that for now. And I'm gonna double these. Kind of tutti orchestration kind of thing. This is A minor. I'm gonna go E. This is F, right? So we're gonna go here. I'm gonna also add some movement so it doesn't sound so monotonous and boring. Like this. Baseline more or less. I'm just layering it with cellos and basses. I'm also gonna layer it on on the cellos so it sounds a bit bigger. Let's do this. It's gonna sound way bigger. Then we need to go here. Kind of thing here. Yeah, okay, this is our cello line. Again, this is not how you should do it. Like there's many inconsistencies. Like you should really make changes in velocity so it sounds realistic. And this sounds like this is not sounding like really realistic. So like changing velocities is very important. But I'm not gonna really focus on that right now. I wanted to really get the basic sound I'm after first. So like yeah, if you ever compose yourself, really look after velocities and time, like the timing, because right now everything is 100% accurate, and that's not how really instruments play in real life. There are slight variations, like slightly off, kind of a thing. So that is something you should keep in mind, and will make your compositions way more realistic, simply put. Yeah. Also, there's too much stuff going on. I feel like I'm gonna. Hey, Layla. Thanks, Richard. Who's your first favorite composer? I'm gonna. What should I do? This is. By the way, this is. Let's see how that sounds. I'm gonna fix this is C. This is G. Okay, this is E. Okay. And this is C. G and C. Yeah. This. And like this. Yeah. So, like I said, we're gonna add a little bit of variations there and there, so it sounds more. There's more movement. And this is also a big thing. Like, you should add little intersections. Like, if you're going from, let's say, you have this bass, D, 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 and then F sharp, whatever. Listen. So. Where's that line? Right here. Oh, you can't really hear it properly. Sounds very simple. But if you add a little bit intersection, it adds a lot of pulse and rhythm. And like, even if you write legato lines, essentially what rhythm does, a bass does, is creates rhythm, creates pulse and the rhythm in the track. So a lot of people think that drums are the rhythm, like they are, but bass is equally rhythmic instrument, and just people don't see it this way because it doesn't have that edgy start and finish like beat does, you know what I mean? But bass creates pulse and creates kind of foundation of music, like of the whole piece. So keep in mind like that writing an interesting bass line is super important. Anyway, yeah. Right now, like right here we have, listen to this. Du-du-dum. This is important. Like, I could, either way I could have gone like this. Like going up. Or maybe I could even use both. Like, you know what I mean? So these little movements really create a lot of depth in your compositions and a lot of like playability. And yeah. Let's add this line as well here. Yeah, kind of. Let's go back and listen to the whole thing. So yeah, it has that kind of. I'm gonna copy paste again. Don't do that all the time, but I already explained myself why I keep doing it, just to make it, you know, rough idea of how I write these kind of things. You know. So like also like when you see like here following a note, keep in mind that like the same principle that, you know, movement in bass line is it's also applicable to each voicing. So let's see here we have this voicing, one voicing, A voicing, it goes to F, it goes to G, and moves on. It's like a movement. And keep in mind these things, and this is very important when writing kind of orchestral stuff, because it creates a lot of realism and a lot of that unified orchestral sound, that movement. Because orchestral music doesn't rely on how do you say, when you like orchestral music in that regard is very different from popular music, because while in popular music melodies and production is what makes the sound, more or less, in orchestral music you cannot cheat unless you will make something not really orchestral, because you're limited in orchestral music, because if you want to keep it orchestral and have that orchestral quality to it, it's not, to keep that orchestral quality you cannot rely on the same tactics like in other productions, and you have to rely on your compositional skills. And you know, we can talk about, and you know, you can argue, you know, because you can add more elements for different music, and I think that is the goal, ultimately, that you learn all the techniques of various genres and you apply them in the way that is most suitable for you. Because for example, I really want to one day to really incorporate rock music into orchestral setting, and even when I started writing music, I really was punk rock junkie, and I kind of feel like I have left my roots in a sense, and I left why I started doing music first place. But this whole orchestral setting opened new possibilities in that sense that, you know, one day I will be able to combine maybe those orchestral elements with rock and, you know, stuff like that. I am self-taught, but this is a wrong statement to make, because it doesn't make me a great musician just because I like learn on my own, because I learned relying on other people. I watched a lot of tutorials, I did many courses, I did read books, quite a few books, and I really credit all those people, because it's their knowledge who made me who I am today. And I obviously have so much to learn, and I still consider myself quite shit, you know, in a sense. I still think I'm quite shit, in all honesty, but I definitely got better over the last 3 years, and Yeah. So all the credits and all the people who I learned from, and I'm not. I don't really wanna, how do you say that I'm really talented or this and that because I learned on my own, but because I think that's all bunch of bullshit. I think everyone can learn what I learned. It's just time commitment and like attitude and all those things. Thank Layla. I hope I pronounced it correctly, but thank you, Layla. Um, how do you do this? I wouldn't know where to start. You should just start, and you'll figure out in the process. Like right now, I'm actually started reading this book. Well, not reading, like listening, audiobook of David Goggins, and he's really kind of brutally, you're the champ, kind of like really, uh, you can do this. You have to embrace your pain and like go for it, and there's no excuses, kind of mentality he has. And one of the things he said, like, you want to do something, just do it. Just like you want to go for a marathon, just sign up, and you figure out along the way. Don't give yourself bullshit excuses. That's what would say to you, man. Don't give yourself bullshit excuses. Just, you want to do something, go for it. Like, you want to write music, just right now go buy FL Studio or get any of there are like free alternatives, but just start and you'll figure it out. We always do. uh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to writing. So we have kind of our chord progression, and one thing I'm really, I wouldn't say I'm disliking, but I wouldn't always include the third here, but let's just actually remove it and see how it sounds without. This is piano, so it's already too much. This line. Then with. I feel it sounds better without it. It sounds a bit more open. So when writing orchestral, like when orchestrating, you really need to look out for overtones, not to put too many things, because it creates clutter. Yeah, I'm gonna add another layer of orchestral samples. I'm gonna go for the same stuff. We're gonna add this sounds, by the way, really big. These samples. I think there's one of the oldest libraries of East West. At first, I really was kind of East West. I don't know. I don't like it, but now I'm kind of slowly realizing that it's a great set of orchestral samples. So if you write music orchestral, it's very very worthwhile to check out East West Composer Club. You only pay like $30 a month. We're gonna make a really big kind of string section. Suspended. Actually, let's go for legato. gonna root things real quick. Oops. Basically, this is the bass line. I'm gonna draw it in because it's gonna be quicker than me playing. Yeah, this is more or less what we're going for. Also, we're gonna make a little bit space in between, so like a little bit, a bit time for like pretending. Pretending that this is as realistic as possible. So in a sense, having a little time breaks, so string sections have time to breathe. In a sense, it's not brass where person needs to breathe, but even when you're playing kind of a whatever kind of instrument, strings, even if you don't need to breathe and you can rely on your fingers, it's always good to create a little bit breath kind of a thing. At least I think it is. Like there's no such a like rule of thumb about that. Like you don't always have to do this because some sections are just one note playing consistently throughout. But I just think the breaks in between creates that breath and that like feeling of up and down movement. Not all like another thing I'm gonna address here is expression. It works, yeah. So like creating some expression. So in a sense, creating this kind of movement up and down is also very important. I'm gonna draw it right now really quickly for the purpose of this tutorial, and we're going to do the same for this one because we're going to layer it and make it two kind of but we're going to compare it with and with that. So this is how it used to sound when I will have just a second. This is how it used to sound without the bass, and then with. It's also not enough. Like I'll need. Just give me a second. I'll add cellos because cellos are epic. Oops. What the fuck? It's so long. Like I said, little movements, little breathing spaces for instruments, these all come together, so keeping those in mind. Yeah, like this, like this. This. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Now that really comes alive. I'm gonna add another layer of cello, I think, because it will sound even bigger. And I used let's use vibrato now. Just a second. And for this part, I'm gonna I'm not gonna play the harmony, I'm just gonna play the melody. So you see how bigger it sounds? Master at work. I'm no master. I still need to be way better. But thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I was about to do. Here. Oops. So, how's everybody doing in the chat? How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for 50 minutes. I'm gonna keep going a little bit more. I think I want to finish this idea. So this would be like a episode of, let's say, how could I orchestrate something or whatever. Oh, fuck. Let's do this one. Also a bit, I think, too loud. I'm gonna create something like a counter melody now. Not a counter melody, but you'll see what I mean when I do this. So this is what I'm gonna draw or play right now is gonna be cello. Well, not cello, viola. Okay, let's leave it for now and let's add a lot more harmonies. Kind of like that. Let's make a little bit movement by adding some like stuff like this. be kind of like a melody, I think. And I'm gonna make it stand out a little more with doing this, and you'll hear what I mean in a second. Okay, do this. Just a second. Now listen. Repeat this section, but I'm gonna add choir, and you'll see it's gonna sound freaking amazing. Just give me a second. This choir is epic. I have already, like, I already know like sound like some samples that sounds really great, so I'm just gonna rush in. Yes, it is FL Studio. This choir, Voices of Passion, is, oh my god, so unbelievable. Like, so great. And Voices of Empire as well. These two choirs, like, these two reasons are like to get the composer cloud is so. Wait, maybe not this one. This choir is so unbelievable. Was it Voices of Empire? Yeah. This choir is like freaking amazing. I'm gonna add a little more voices. Suspend them. And I'm gonna just do it quickly, by the way. So. Where's my choir? I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna a little bit. A bit too long. This is legato, so it's very sticks out, but just give me, like, I'm gonna add more layers and you'll get why it's gonna sound so great. Just a second. Let's hear it. Wait, just a second. I'm gonna do one last thing before. I know why it sounds shitty. I forgot to add this section. like I said, usually don't do this. Don't copy paste like just like that. It's not the right way to write. But you know, sometimes also repetition creates that that good sound, kind of like unity. So I think the key is just to find a good balance between repeating things and adding new things or changing things. And I think it's a very personal thing for each composer, but you know, keep in mind these the little details. They do matter. They do matter. I'm also gonna do this for this section. And one second. Quickly gonna do this. Maybe more dynamics. Kind of going for that breathy up and down kind of thing. Gonna hear a huge difference in the sound. 1 second. I'm gonna also make this a longer one because this is, I think, the best choir. Let's do one more thing. 92. I'm gonna add 2 more sections because just this part sounded amazing. And I'm gonna just a second. I'm gonna do this with 1 section. Play this part. And this section, same thing. It just octave higher, and I'm gonna 91, 92. I'm gonna use this tool. I'm gonna pan it a little bit more. This one, right? Oops. This last thing to do, add a little bit dynamics. Oops. Two, yeah. 92. Okay, and let's listen to this now. Choir always adds hola. I tried once to do something like that and failed. This is one of the best choir I've heard. It's beautiful. Yeah, this choir is amazing. All props to East West Voices of the Empire. Really great. choir. But for some reason, I feel like something's is off in this composition. It feels like something's not right. Definitely volume is like, I need to mix it so it doesn't sound. Something sounds too harsh. This sound probably. Let's do something. Okay, so I have kind of, not finished obviously, but a rough idea. And let's say we start our song something. I'm just gonna do quickly intro so you can see the difference. Just a second. This piano. Yeah, let's do that. And let's can add a little variation here. So do something like this. This sounds. Also, let me add something whole pedal to make it sound more professional. it sounds kind of boring for me, so I'm gonna add a little maybe arpeggio. I'm just gonna try to figure out the rhythm. Tum 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 tum. I feel that kind of tum 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 tum. Yeah, kind of like the arpeggio we had here. Something like that should work, actually. Just a second. Let's add also hold pedal. This is, by the way, very basic. Like I probably wouldn't. Like I realized I could do this a lot. Add like piano, kind of really simple intros, but it's just boring. It kind of starts to be boring for me. So I'm trying to shy away from this, but I just made this quickly as a quick intro. Let's listen to the whole thing now. Actually, maybe we can even make this piano arpeggio with using violins. Okay, listen to this thing. I'm just gonna save. Sorry. I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna go make some tea, and then we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna play it on the loop. Hope it doesn't bother you while I make some tea. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, let's listen to this whole thing. Spiccato sounds so bad. We need to listen, make the other way or change it. 8 HD said, I tried once to do something like that and failed. What did you try to do, man? Do you do everything by hand without an actual keyboard? No, I actually, if you just tuned in right now, at the beginning of this, I was playing. I made this. I made this arrangement through just playing around with chords. So I had this kind of chord progression in mind. It's really, basic. Kind of A minor, F, C, G, C, D. Really, but I'm doing this really quickly and just rushing throughout how I orchestrate and how I write. So, because I think it would be boring to see me just playing around. What I usually do on my own time when I'm not recording or anything, I would start, let's say, with A minor, F, C, G, G, and then G, C, D. And first of all, I would transpose this to some other key, so it sounds better, which I'm gonna maybe do later, but we'll see. Anyway, I would transpose it to some other key, and I would actually write out ideas, simple like that, and I would try to write some sort of melodies and counter melodies before even starting the arrangement. So because when you start an arrangement, the one problem is that you kind of get really tunnel visioned, and sometimes it's good to have an idea before, so you have kind of a structure and objective of where the composition is going. So let's say right now, I came up with this melody. These 3 notes. And then it's D, I think. This dum 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 dum, kind of, this really simple melody comes out of just, I have harmony. This is the harmony, the bass notes. Oh, not here. So here, this is the harmony. You can see A minor. This is the bass, and I kind of filled in the blanks, kind of a thing. And I know the harmonies. Like, let's say A minor, I know that C is the third, and makes the chord, and B is the suspended. So I wanted to use those two. So I kind of knew that this would sound good. So if we play, let's say, A minor chord, and we play, you can write a lot of melodies just using its arpeggio. So you have A minor, C, E, and I played this on repeat. And I could just pick one note, let's say A. Let's use pedal. That one note, it could be the melody, or it could be C. Kind of, you know what I mean? So have a chord, and you like, to make your melodies easier to write, you can use the notes in that chord. This is very basic. And then to make it more interesting, you add variation. But you keep in mind that adding variation changes the structure, because adding B note in the chord makes it the suspended chord for that brief moment. So keeping all these things in a context. Yeah, there's so many ways. There are no right or wrong way. What I'm showing here is kind of because I'm already did this so many times. Like on my channel, I have like 150 songs, and this is probably half of the songs I wrote. And on top of that, I wrote so many songs that are not published. So I wrote so many stuff, and these things kind of became habitual for me. and it's just pure practice. Lucia, once again, the choir is great. Uh, you, wow, you're so talented, Lefty. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But I guess, as I said, I don't think I am talented or anything. Like, I think it's just, I think anyone could do this. Like, honestly, anyone could write music. It's just, I think what talent is, more or less, it's just that. Uh, I don't think people are gifted from the beginning. Well, obviously, you can argue, you could say one person has a better voice over others, and one person is more likely, let's say, to sing well than the other. But that is because he has the interest in that, and there are genetics that plays that part. I don't disagree, but I think what talent is in this, it's just like this idea of that person who is very good at something, but reality is that that skill, that being good in that, comes from interest. And I think what talent is essentially is interest, and what passion is, in a sense, is interest. Your love to do something, your love and inspiration to be better at that thing, at that craft, if this is music, or like, and any other subject. So I don't, and also I think it's, at least for me, I cannot accept this fact that I am talented, because it's really just gonna, there's nowhere to go from there. Like, it doesn't propel me to move forward. It's way better for me to think that how good I am comes from hard work, because it really motivates me to keep going. So I really try to keep that mentality. Will this be under uncreative comments? I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm gonna release this song. Would you guys like me to finish this song and release it? Let's listen to this again. Actually, let's do this. It's too long. It could be, oops. It could be just like that. I don't need to repeat it 2 times. And also, let's add something. Just a second. It's not bad, but I don't love it. Like, I feel like I need to change something, add maybe more stuff. Makes sense, thanks. This Osmanli says hello. Hey man. Hey Q6. Sorry, I hope I pronounced it right. Hey man. As a fellow musician, I find this very interesting. Thanks for the detailed explanation. No worries, man. I don't think like I know the answers. Like, it's just my point of view, Like, everyone has their own point of views and their own experiences to, you know, build that kind of foundation, how you see, you know, these things. And this works for me, and I find this, that probably is the right way to go, like at least for me, is just to have that kind of mentality. I don't know. I'm not saying that I think about this all the time. Sometimes I feel like, um, man, this is like music is like in general is like something I was meant to do, like in some ways. So sometimes I feel this way. Sometimes I feel like my whole life was leading towards this. Sometimes I feel like all the things I did before. By the way, like all the things I did before in life, I feel like I sucked. Like I couldn't do anything well. I feel like I always felt like that, like growing up, even in school, like and all that. I always felt like I was not kind of good enough, you know, and there was nothing like I was really good in, and I don't know. In time, I've discovered music, and I'm not saying I'm great in music, but I feel like this is the best version of me I ever was, kind of, you know. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I started making music, and I'm happy I did. And yeah, sorry for a little rant, but anyway. Do you guys have any questions? I don't know. Would you like me to finish this song on a stream? Probably not gonna happen today, but I could easily finish this song while streaming, because you know you could see my whole process, and I could put it in somewhere like Patreon or something like that, so people could support me. That's what I was thinking initially, to to stream on YouTube, and if you tune in when I'm live, you can see the whole process itself. But if you want to like see it on your own time, you could do it through Patreon and support me at the same time. That was my idea of composing. So you guys have any questions? Like I said, do you wanna, or anything in regard? How are you doing? By the, like, where are you? Like if you haven't said anything in the chat, feel free to introduce yourself, where you're from, what do you do. Yeah. I can also show you a few sketches I was working. Just a second. I have like a. By the way, I'm releasing an album in June, so I can give you a little taste of what's coming. If you guys want to hear, let me know. I'm gonna find it. Would you guys? Okay, so I have. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna see it. You can see the folder here. I have this catalog album. Oh, not this one. I have 2 parts, and I have 26 ideas for the part 1 and 24 ideas for the part 2. I have so many, like this is such a thing I was working for such a long time, and I collected so many ideas, and I'm probably gonna release 2 albums, because it's not and I'm not planning to release all 26 songs. I'm probably gonna just do 10. Like 3 of them you already heard, From the Ashes, The Power Within, and what was the other one? Fragments of Darkness. These 3 are already in the album. So next 7 will be in the album as well, and I have so many of like pieces to choose from, and I have like weird pieces as well. Like let's say I have the song right here that I wrote. I call this a pirate song because it's. But I'm probably not gonna include this in the album. But I can, guys, how do you say? Show it to you if you like to see. This is obviously not finished, just a sketch, but you can get the idea. Pretty much that's the private sketch. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, it's pretty boring. What is the sound? Okay. What else could I show you? Maybe this one. This is kind of like very atmospheric. I also don't know if I should include this in the album, kind of divided. Yeah, so that was another sketch. This is just an idea as well. Similar style, really huge orchestration. What you hear here is literally what I did today. You can hear this part like. Is probably gonna be in the album. What else do I have? I call this epic mock-up boring. I cannot open it. I don't have outputs on many of these. So, but there's so many sketches, and for example, this song is probably gonna be the main song on the second album. I can give you a little glimpse of this song. I really like this one. Like the second album, first song in my head. I also have this arrangement, a very epic kind of 2 steps from hell. Listen to this. I think you're gonna like this one. I really like this myself, and I really want to make this song right, so that's why I'm taking time. What else? What else? Rock cinematic. There's nothing here. I should have some. I think 2-note song. Oh, by the way, this song is. I'm trying to write a song with 2 notes. Anyway. What else? Part 1. I think I could show you maybe something more. Just thinking, do I have any exported files? Because this one, let's say I could. This one also will be probably in the album, I think. If I hope not this one. Where is it? Nope. Nope. This one, I think. Let's listen. A little boring, but not finished, just an idea. So let's listen to this one more time. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap this up slowly, maybe in 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna still stay in the chat if you guys want to talk about something. Richard, yeah, I'm a big fan of Two Stops from Hell. Like, I really, how do you say, really want to get to that quality of music. Like, that is my goal right now, to really get to that quality of production and composition. So I've really been analyzing and like listening and trying to learn how they write their songs, in a sense. I'll make it my own, you know. I'm not saying I want to copy them. I want to do my own things, but it just learning from masters, you know, is always something I've trying to do. Swiss, hey man. You found it in hard times and it was great help. Thank you. Well, I'm really happy. I'm really happy it helped. I mean, don't know much else to say. I hope you're dealing whatever shit you're dealing with, and you know I'm sending you all the strength, you know, to keep going. And I think everyone here supports you as much as I do. So, best of luck, man. So yeah. By the way, as I said, this is probably going to be available on Patreon. If you guys want to support me, you can do so. I'm really trying to push music production of mine, but in reality, I've been doing music for free for so long, and I feel like I didn't cash out, kind of, you know. I don't want to make it about money, but it's just really limits my growth, and I'm not able to afford many things that would help me to get to better music production and composition and stuff like that. Like, I still need a lot of equipment, and yeah, that's why I'm, you know, hoping you can help me on Patreon. And talking about other things, like, you can check out my Discord. You can always do so. There's a link right there. I'm trying to make my Discord a little more active, like trying to be more present there. There was a time it was quite active at the beginning when I started streaming, and then kind of turned down. I really want to bring that up because I really like interacting with you guys. And for me, it's also kind of, because, you know, so composing all the time alone can get a little lonely. So it's kind of, you know, really fun to do something different sometimes. Yeah. So you can join join me on Discord. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those places. To keep in touch and see whenever I go live, or, you know, stuff like that. So do you guys have any last questions? Thank you, Lucia. Lucia, I've seen you at the beginning of the stream. It's been 2 hours. I really thank you for staying this long. I hope I don't. I'm not too boring. Ibon says first time joining. Thanks for joining, man. Uh, I don't know, but I feel like there's a lot of people that comes and goes. So I'm gonna play this one more time. This is basically what I came up with this whole stream, this composition. Not a composition, but like an idea. Sorry, I just fixed the volume a little bit because it was sounding really imbalanced. What's that? Okay. Yeah, so this is what I wrote here. It's been 2 hours. I think like I spent a lot of time being in the chat, so I think I wrote this within an hour or so. But this is just a simple idea and something that I could start with. For example, I don't really like this intro, and I don't really like this part as well. It sounds kind of like something's missing. So I'm probably gonna. Well, maybe we can add something to make it a little more. I have an idea what I haven't done. I haven't actually. I haven't used all my kind of layering stuff that I usually do. So I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. Because we're gonna make it a little bigger with have composer cloud, not composer cloud. Metropolis arc. Sorry for swearing. I just want to keep it raw. That's kind of movement. Yeah, so pretty much this is an idea. Actually, let's do something else. I know what I can do to make this better. I'm gonna write a different part for French horns, let's say. And let's just, now you're gonna, what I do often is let's play this on loop. I play, like I put my horns or something like that on the keyboard, and I can improvise while song plays. Something like that, but it doesn't sound right. make these short ones marcatos. Yeah. I can't do it like that. Okay, let's listen to this now. Oops. Sorry. Thing. That sounds bad. Doing this bullshit, sorry. Jesus Christ, it's so fucking annoying. Sorry. Where did this sound come from? No wonder why does it sound bad. So annoying. Well, actually, let's do something else. Let's make a flute instead of... Let's use a flute. Why not? I haven't used flute in a while. Let's use these flutes. And volley, let's see. Long, legato, expressive. Make that melody. let's not add too much shit. I feel like I'm ruining it. There's too much going on. Sometimes less is more. I like this melody though, but I feel like it's maybe what people do is play it on a piano instead. It's not gonna be so noticeable. Is this not coming from? I have no idea where that note was coming from. Okay, I'm gonna finish this off. Is there any news about the monetization? Yeah, my channel got monetized back. So it's all good, it's all fine. Cool stuff, man. Thank you. Most made it through the whole thing. You're awesome. Okay, bye, man. Thanks for staying in. I'm gonna wrap this up as well. I think it's time. All good things must come to an end, right? Anyway, thanks everyone for stopping by. You can, like I said, join me in Discord. I'm gonna try to be active there now. Even if you want to chat right now after the stream, you can go there. We can chat. Link is in the description. If you can support me on Patreon, I would be really appreciative. And this stream will be available on Patreon, not on the main channel. And also, yeah, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of those things. I don't want to plug too much, but yeah, I want to say just thank you to everybody for staying, and whatever you are, I hope you have having a great evening. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. So thanks for staying. Oh, by the way, I was always half face in this, so sorry you couldn't see me properly. Anyway, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day, and see you on the next stream. And yeah, I'll try to keep you updated. Thanks. See ya.